I like the move. Well, excuse me. I love the move for the Steelers. You're getting Terrell Edmunds back, a guy that has proven he can start for you, proven that he's available from a health perspective, and a guy that has continued to get better, right? Whether we're talking tackles, whether we're talking turnovers, we've seen coverage. Absolutely. We've seen a steady arrow pointing up situation. And I love for the Steelers because you get this guy at $2.5 million. That's an amazing deal for the Steelers. So not only do you get a starter, not only do you get a guy that you're comfortable with, but you also have flexibility if you still wanted to bring in another guy, whether you're drafting someone, if Kyle Hamilton falls to you, right? You don't feel bad bringing him on, knowing that this is just for 2.5 mil. So I feel like for the Steelers, they're still in a really a great position now going into the draft, now that they've at least filled this hole on the surface. So love it for the Steelers. I just kind of like it for Edmunds. I don't love it for Edmunds. I just kind of like it. I kind of like it because, number one, you're coming back to a great fit. You know this place. You know the coaching staff here. Even though it's a new DC, you're familiar with this DC. So you're not worried about that. You know you're playing next to Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's the superstar. He's Batman. You just got to be Robin. So there's no real pressure on you. On paper, you should be getting, a ton of snaps because right now you've been that guy. And until they decide to bring somebody else in, you're still that guy. So you got to feel confident about that. But the only reason I kind of like it and don't love it is I think that he signed too soon. I think that he settled. The 2.5, I'm not a fan of that. I think that he could have got more, from them, whether it be, him waiting till after Tyrann Mathieu decided to sign wherever he was going to sign to ultimately set the market. Or if he would have waited until after the draft and we seen, okay, well, hey, these teams don't have safeties. Now I'm the guy that they have to call. I just think that he could have done that a little bit better. But at the same time, this is his first time, or was his first time going through free agency. And that can be a hard thing to do when you're sitting. It could definitely be a difficult thing. I can speak to that myself. It was definitely difficult. But for me, man, I just don't like the money for Edmunds. Love it for the Steelers. But I just think the Edmunds could have got more, man.
Unreal deal for the Steelers.
Yeah.
I don't know what Kevin Colbert's on this offseason.
Maybe he's on handstands. Or maybe he's a researcher.
I think you're right.
It's something.
Maybe he has a little better penmanship now.
Yeah, man. He make them deals.
His signatures are a little bolder.
He's like, was that a 5 or was that a 2? Oh, it was a 2. Oh, I'll take that.
I just like how you wrote that.
Yeah, man. It was nice.
My hands got a little bigger. I use handstands. A little bit better grip on the pen.
You know what I'm saying, man? Yeah.
Press a little harder down on the desk.
Yeah, man. It just looks better.
He might be using it behind the scenes.
I don't know, bro.
He really might be.
Because some of these deals, I'm just like, bro, how'd you get that?
Akello for $4 million. Levi Wallace for $4 million.
This is nuts.
Those are 2-year deals, too. Dude. I would have liked Edmunds to be a multi-year deal, but at the same time, I think this goes into why maybe you kind of like it for Edmunds. He's trying to do a prove-it deal.
Yes, without a doubt.
Where he could play really good this season and then try to capitalize next offseason.
But to me, I thought his prove it would have been a 1 for 4. Like, that's
at least.
It. You know what I mean?
We thought. I thought 5 or 6 was fair. I thought he might be able to get a little bit more.
Come on, man. We both were like, we felt that. I'm just saying, bare minimum. If we're saying a prove it deal to me for Edmunds,
right,
is what Akello and Levi are getting.
You want to compare this or kind of see this perspective here? Why this is such an amazing deal,
bro? Yeah.
We just traded for Miles Boykin, base salary $2.5 million. Terrell Edmunds. Wait, and Miles Boykin. What has he done in his NFL career? Nothing.
Crazy, bro.
Did he get 200 yards in one season? I think he's around the 200 yards.
Crazy.
Hasn't done anything. Terrell Edmunds has been an everyday starter for us since we drafted him for 4 years.
Player. Like, he doesn't come off the field. 25.
He's going to be 25 for this season. It's not like he's turning 26.
High
so he's
pedigree.
Right in his prime.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
make it make sense, Deke.
Has improved every year, as you said. So you're right. 4 would have been the floor.
I was just
there's got to be incentives. Bro. There's got to be.
I'm hoping so. Like, make it a 2.5, but the potential to get to 5 or 6 or 7 or something. Because to me, I was just like, man, what is going on? That a starting safety in the NFL, a strong safety, because there is a difference. He doesn't play a sexy position, and that is part of the reason why, the feeling about him is different than the feeling about Minkah. But not everybody plays a Minkah style position. Some people play sexy positions. Some people play not so sexy positions. Left tackle, that's a sexy position. Left guard, not so much. That's just the reality of it. When you talk about linebacker, inside linebacker, not as sexy. Outside linebacker, you get sacks, pass rush. Oh, you love that. That's just the reality of it. So with Edmunds, the negativity that he receives is not warranted to me, because I feel like as a player, you understand his role. You understand what he does allows Minka to be Minka. It allows him to be free. And the analogy we've given before, right? Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark. You need both of them. I even think basketball, Steph Curry and Draymond. Draymond gonna do all the dirty grunt work. Steph gonna be that guy. But you need them both together. And you see when they're together how productive and how crazy that looks, that dynamic. When I think of Edmunds, I'm like, bro, you're right in that same class. That's what you do. But I'm just like, man, the 2.5, like, bro, you worth more than that, man. But part of me feels like when you're waiting, that first go around in free agency, bro, the days, they add up. They feel long, bro. And you start looking around and you're like, all right, they didn't went to off-season workouts. They didn't report it. Everybody's done reported. I ain't got my call yet. I ain't got my check yet. Then you see what this guy got paid and that guy got paid. Then you're human. So you look on the social media and you're seeing, what they're talking about you and stuff. I just think that, man, he blinked. I think that, he was patient. He was good. And I think he just blinked, man. He just like, you know what? I don't want to wait no more.
I don't know if blinking was the worst call, though.
I mean, it probably isn't.
Because
in terms of him coming back to Pittsburgh, it's probably not.
Well, right. Yeah. Because if you look at the team, if Bengals were one of the teams, there's only 3 teams out there, right? That have offered.
They would offer, yes.
According to Jeremy Fowler or whatever reports are out there. So if it was only 3 and not 10, if Bengals were one of them, Steelers were another, what other team was it? What were they offering, and what was Edmunds' role going to be again? Was it a multi-year deal? So Steelers' offer might have just made the most, almost like Juju last year in a way, right? Because
but at least with Juju still got, man, Juju still
they were still going to give him that
money.
They were still going to give him that base. It was incentives up to like 13
Edmunds
or 14.
signed a restricted free agent tender. That's 1 year for 2.5. That's a tender. That's what Spillane signed for, essentially.
That's crazy.
Like, that's what that's 1 for 2.5. That's why I'm over here like, bro, what? Like, it's crazy to me, man. Yeah.
I hope he's in a good spot with it.
Me too. Got to be at peace with it. I mean, you signed it. You got to deal with it now. But, man, like,
there's got to be incentives.
Because, like, I get prove-it deals. I 100% get prove-it deals. But I'm just like, I just feel like Edmunds is a little bit past
he
that
is absolutely
stage.
past
like,
that.
Man.
Absolutely past that.
They said great for the Steelers. That's what's I love it for them. I think is they control the narrative now. I mean, like I said, if Kyle Hamilton falls to them, bro, if he's in the teens and they went up to get him, they would not feel any type of remorse, any type of negative, because it's like, yo, it's just 2.5.
Now we can mess around with
Absolutely.
Edmunds in that hybrid we've been talking about. Linebacker type of stuff.
Yep.
We wouldn't have to worry about Devin Lloyd.
Yep. You'd be fine. Absolutely. Whew. Shout out to him, man. Like, I'm surprised by it, bro.
I was shocked. I mean, pleasantly shocked. I was just like, how
did
this happen? This was highway robbery. What is Colbert doing? What is he doing?
I low-key wanted to call Edmunds like, bro, are you okay? Did they put you in a car and drive you around and put something to the back of your head and say, sign the paper? Because it seemed like they made you an offer you couldn't refuse. Like, talk to me. If you need help, blink, okay? Because I'm just like, I ain't get it, man. I ain't get it. Like I said, I like him returning, though. And that's the thing. Like, love the fact that he's back here. The Steelers have so much flexibility now, man. They're in a great situation going into the draft. Great situation. But it's just like, man, what was the disconnect here, man? Like, I thought that he should get more than that. Because for those that might not have had any situational awareness, in the bottom corner of the screen, you see a logo that's up there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, DraftKings Sportsbook. Everybody knows DraftKings Sportsbook, baby. Yes, indeed. Not only are they safe, but they are secure and reliable. I'm talking the leaders when it comes to sports betting, baby. And that's what we love about DraftKings, because they always got the fire odds. They always provide us with great incentives to watch these games, and they make the winning a little bit sweeter. And sometimes when you lose and you parlay it the right way, it still can make the loss a little bit sweeter as well, man. Just depending on how those numbers have worked with you. But the reason why I always enjoy DraftKings is because they supply us with an awesome promo code for all the first-time people out there, right? Because everybody was the first at something. It was Deke's first time one time, and I'm hoping that it went well for him because he's back. All right. But when you use that promo code MOATS, you can receive up to $1,000 in deposit bonus money. It's a cool concept. Whatever amount you put in up to $1,000, you type in the promo code MOATS. DraftKings says, you know what? I like this guy. I'm going to match that money. All right. Up to $1,000. So it is an awesome, awesome concept, ladies and gentlemen. But we also know this, Deke.
Yeah.
We know that sometimes people, they overindulge.
Right.
Sometimes when you overindulge, some people might say that you have a problem.
Right.
Well, if you have a problem, there is someone that can help you. If you have a gambling problem, say you might need some crisis counseling, maybe even referral services, Deke.
Right.
There's definitely a number for you to call. You want to know what that number is, Deke?
I mean, you kind of got to know the number. If you're going to call someone.
If you're going to call, you got to know the number, right?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that number is 1-800-GAMBLER. I say it's 1-800-GAMBLER.